Over the past 2 days, I had a really cool chance to try out the BMC Roadmachine 01 road bike. Now let me just give you a disclaimer that recently I've been more of a mountain/downhill rider, but I've spent more than a decade riding road bikes when I lived in the low country. So firstly, I'll say that I'm really impressed with technology advances in road bikes over the past few years. The frame is made from premium carbon and designed with TCC endurance. So what that means is it's responsively firm, but it takes the edge off of rough roads and it's more forgiving on long distance rides. The fork is carbon and the DT Swiss ERC 1650 rims are carbon. The DT Swiss hubs are also carbon. This bike is really lightweight, weighing under 17.5 pounds without any pedals on it. Shifters are Shimano Ultegra Di2 hydraulic, and both the front and rear derailleurs are electronic Shimano Ultegra Di2s. The brakes are Ultegra Di2 disc brakes with 160 and 140mm rotors. This bike comes with a cool spot right in the handlebars and you can carry your Garmin or other computer, or a GoPro camera, or both. So I took this bike out for a couple days to do some of my own testing. I knew how fast I could do some climbs and descents, so I thought I'd see if this bike helped me do any better. First, I hit a climb I'd done many times. It's called Beatty Hill Climb. It's a 0.7 mile climb that ranges from 10 to 18%. All right, so we're gonna do our first test on Beatty Hill Climb. A lot of you guys who live in Folsom, probably all of you guys know about this climb, so we're gonna see how we do on this one. I usually do it on a mountain bike. Fastest time I got up on a mountain bike was 5:36. So we'll see how we can do it on this BMC today. Still getting used to the shifters on this thing. Electronic shifters. Air quality is really bad today. You can see how smoky it is. I'm gonna be huffing and puffing a lot as I go up this. I'm gonna be using a pretty hard gear, pretty big gear. While the bike felt incredibly responsive, far more responsive than I was used to, what didn't feel responsive was my legs. I could only manage to pull out a 5:43 up the 0.7 mile climb. Of course, we all know that physical condition, diet, and even the moon cycle can affect climbing performance. It also took me a bit of time to get used to the electronic shifters, which are awesome, but I frequently shifted the wrong direction. So after a few climb attempts, I moved on to the descent. Alright, so we've already had one run down Beatty, and I definitely hit the brakes before going around that last turn. Definitely nervous about going 60 miles an hour around that corner. So we did the down Beatty in 106, which isn't all that quick. I'm gonna try it again now. See what we can do. Shift up. Turn on the gas. Probably gonna be running right into these cars though, I bet. The fastest recorded time on down Beatty on the Strava app is 54 seconds. My next try, with the fear subsided, I pulled out a 102, even though my speed was hindered by catching up to cars in front of me. What I can say is that the tire and rim set felt incredible. The 28mm tires really absorbed the bumps and slight imperfections in the road. At times it felt as if the road offered no resistance whatsoever, just like smooth silence, something I had never experienced on a bike until now. Apparently road bikes are moving away from narrower tires towards wider tires like the 28mm tires on the BMC, because of the fact that wider tires absorbs more road energy, so it's not transferred into upward motion into the bike and cyclist. It's actually improving speed and comfort. When it came time to stop at the bottom of Beatty, the smoothness and responsiveness of the disc brakes is really what caught my attention. Disc brakes, one of the biggest things I noticed about this is the disc brakes. The disc brakes are just phenomenal. I've never experienced a road bike that brakes so smoothly. I was so used to the gravelly grinding of brake pads on the rims of my previous road bike. The braking power increase of these disc brakes was remarkable. Day 2 of playing around with the bike, I thought I'd take a shot at testing my flat ground speed. Now, I'm not a terribly young guy at age 43, and I've spent the last few years on mountain trails, so this is only a test for myself. Once again, the bike was so responsive in acceleration. It's like every ounce of torque into the pedals just propels you forward. No wasted energy. Let's hit it. I managed to hold 33 miles an hour for a bit on a calm day with no wind. Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with that speed, but once again, the problem is certainly not with the bike. Finally, I tested one more hill climb, up Wilson from the bottom of the hill to the first stop sign in Dorado Hills. It's a half-mile climb. Previously, my fastest time was 3:35, and I just managed to match my best time. I will say that the experience made me want to spend more time on that bike, to take it on a long ride and see how it feels after being on it for several hours. My favorite points were definitely the responsiveness of the frame, the smoothness and power of the brakes on the descents. The electronic shifting, although it took some time to get used to, had its high points. Fast, effortless shifting. Also, at one point, the derailleur needed some adjustment, which I was able to do simply by using the electronic trim adjustment on the Di2 shifters and derailleur. This bike retails for $7,999. BMC also has higher ends of the Roadmachine 01 line with different components and rims, like the Roadmachine 01, 1, 2, and 3. Although I'm a mountain biker at heart, I think I've said that several times now, riding the BMC Roadmachine kind of made me reconsider the sport of road biking again. It's a really cool bike to motivate and challenge yourself on the pavement.